Okay, let me ask you this. Your response. If you were raised
Yeah.
in that way by a single mother and there wasn't a father there and someone came into your life and helped you out, do you think you would feel the same?
Yes,
Or
I would
what is your
feel I
situation?
would feel absolutely the same. I would be thankful for whoever stepped up, but me growing into a man and understanding the analytics and everything that comes with being a man, I would me personally, if he had no kids, I would be like, you had to settle for my mom. You were a loser who couldn't get anybody else, so you had to settle.
Okay, yo, this
Mind
is
you,
your thought process
no,
then.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, mind you,
Mhm.
this is my mom. I love her to death. I'm not shitting on my mom. I'm just saying, as a man, any woman, I don't care who it is, if she already had kids by another man and you didn't, you settled.
Nah, I don't agree with that because it's everybody has their own choice, free will.
No, I know free will, but okay, free will.
Hmm.
You got the free will. God put two men right here, side by side.
Hmm.
They are identical. They're the same in every way except their bank accounts.
Okay,
This one broke, he gonna stay broke forever. This one rich, he gonna stay rich forever. God said, pick one and you stuck with that till you die.
you already know the rich one.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a pretty good video, man. We got a brother, man, dropping some knowledge, dropping a dime, bro, for these women, right? Because so many women, right? You can make, man, listen, you can you can try to make a point, right? And even women will even understand your point. Women will even understand the point, but a lot of them won't ever accept it because the point might be a little too weak, right? The analogy you might have used might be a little too weak, right? But at the end of the day, they will sit over here and say, well, you know what? Hey, that doesn't make sense, or that's a weak analogy. You need to use something else. You missed the whole point. So this brother, he makes a pretty good point, right? So he's gonna break it down as to why, man, a lot of your men shouldn't be dating a single mother, or in his opinion, why men shouldn't date single mothers. But before I get into that, man, do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So of course, man, a lot of your women, get upset when, you have men, like myself, and like Kevin Samuels, and like anybody else in the red pill, say, hey, you should not want to date a, single mother, or you should not want to date a single mother. And there's reasons as to why you shouldn't. Now, nobody's sitting over here saying that you can't. Nobody's saying that a man can't. Nobody's trying to tell a woman, hey, you can't find love. Listen, if you are a single mother, most definitely go out and go look for love. Just because you do have kids, right, by a man or different men, doesn't mean you can't, find love. But it's all about, how you go about it, right? And a lot of women, man, go about it by sitting over here jumping on Kendra G, jumping on Kevin Samuels show and saying, hey, well, this is what I think I deserve. What's funny is, hey, I literally saw a chick on Instagram make a post, right? And it's funny that women, once again, sisters are really making posts like this, saying that, hey, I'm a princess, right? I deserve everything. Sis, you don't deserve jack squat, right? You don't deserve jack squiddly squat, right? Especially when you're over here, man, sleeping with all different types of men and having kids with all different types of men. So my only thing is, man, so a lot of these women, man, thinking that, you know what, hey, I deserve. But it's like, okay, listen, do you think that's what these men deserve, though? Right? What do these men want? These men want pure, fertile women, man, that, hey, you know what, maybe hopefully she's young, or hopefully she's compatible, right? But for a lot of guys, right? For a lot of guys, a lot of women want these guys to say, hey, you know what? I want y'all to come over here and come help me out with my mistakes, right? Knowing that when a man jumps into a relationship with a woman, or jump into a marriage with a woman who has a child or children, right, by other men, right, you're severely at a disadvantage. The fact that you're gonna sit up here, man, and make a bond, right, create a bond with these children, right, just to then, let's just say you do get divorced by this lady, right? And now, of course, you're gonna have women out here who says, oh my gosh, y'all always think, man, that women are gonna freaking take advantage of guys. Yes, it happens a lot, right? It happens a lot, and men get taken advantage of by the judge, by the courts, and by the woman. I mean, come on, right? Come on. You sit up here, you marry this woman, you create a kid, you create a bond with these children. Something happens, right? She then divorces you, takes half of your things that you worked so hard for. Then she takes the bond that you have with the children. Now, a lot of women sit over here and say, "Oh well, no, I want to sit over here and take a bond away from my children from that man. That's the bond that they created." Stop it. If a man and a woman falls out, especially man if it's a stepfather, right? And let's just say he went out and cheated. Once again, he cheated on you. He didn't cheat on the kids, even though it's your kids. And he created a bond with them. Y'all been together for some years or for some time. He didn't cheat on you. Or he didn't cheat on the kids. He cheated on you. She's going to sit over here and take the kids away from him. Now he's sitting over here once again, right? But hey, guess what? That's a bond that, once again, women are willing to freaking create and break, right? So now this guy's sitting over here left high and dry, right? Trying to fund a woman's lifestyle, right? When she's out here, man, getting dicked down by other guys. Let's be honest here. So you got this brother here, man, who pretty much breaks it down and says, man, this is the reason why men should not be doing this, right? And once again, nobody's saying that men can't, right? Nobody's saying that men can't. But other men, right? Men in general, OGs would tell other guys, especially younger guys, hey, you do not have to destroy your life this way, right? You do not have to sit over here and mess up your life this way, right? Why don't you just pick somebody who doesn't have any kids of their own, right? I'm mainly speaking for guys who are in the 20s, guys who are in the 30s, early 30s, who don't have children. Go get your own, right? Go make your own, right? Yes, once again, it's a different story if you don't want any. It's a different story, man, if you already have some. But once again, and even then, if you do have some, you still want to be very mindful because once again, you're both coming in with kids, right? Or women is going to sit over here. Oh, well, he's coming in with his kids, so I mean that's compatible. Yes, that is very compatible. But once again, the law is still on the woman's side. Well, you know what? They have kids. You know they're both bringing in kids. But once again, you still have the law on your side, right? You still have the law on your side. Hell, it's probably going to get to the point, man, where a guy could bring his own set of kids into a relationship with a woman with her own set of kids, and they divorce. She probably take her kids and his kids. I mean, but you know what? Hey, let's jump into this video.
Okay, let me ask you this. Your response, if you were raised in that way by a single mother and there wasn't a father there and someone came into your life and helped you out, do you think you would feel the same?
Yes,
Or
I would
what is
feel.
your situation?
I would feel absolutely the same. I would be thankful for whoever stepped up, but me growing into a man and understanding the analytics and everything that comes with being a man, me personally, if he had no kids, I would be like, you had to settle for my mom. You were a loser who couldn't get anybody else, so you had to settle.
Okay, yo,
Mind
it's
you-
your thought process.
No, mind you,
Mhm.
this is my mom. I love her to death. I'm not shitting on my mom. I'm just saying as a man, any woman, I don't care who it is, if she already had kids by another man and you didn't, you settled.
Nah, I don't agree with that because everybody has their own choice, free will.
No, I know free will, but okay, free will.
Mhm.
You got the free will. God put two men right here, side by side.
Mhm.
They are identical. They're the same in every way except their bank accounts.
Okay.
This one broke, he gonna stay broke forever. This one rich, he gonna stay rich forever. God said, pick one and you stuck with that till you die.
You already know the rich one.
Okay, so the
I ain't gonna
equivalent,
lie, I ain't gonna hold you.
the equivalent of the rich guy is the woman with no kids. The equivalent of the broke
Okay,
guy
okay.
is the woman with the kids. So if God put two women that's identical, everything the same except she has kids, she doesn't. Messiah, pick one. You stuck with her forever. Why would he pick the one with the kids?
Okay, I see your thought process.
Okay, bam, there we go.
But that's just his thought process.
Exactly, and that's okay. That's respected.
And that's just
Listen,
his thought
Which one
process.
made more sense to y'all? What he just said.
I mean, it makes sense if you lay it out like that. It
I said,
definitely.
which
makes
one
sense.
made more sense though? If you had to pick, like he said.
see, take your personal feelings out of it and
They
just think
are
logic.
out.
Just put your son in that choice. Put your son in them shoes. This is your son that has to make
Yeah,
the choice. And he goes,
absolutely.
Mom, I'm kind
I'm
of
going
I'm
to tell
stuck.
him to pick the person with no children. I told you that though. I said that. If you in a certain age demographic, absolutely. Absolutely. I do not recommend anybody, even a woman that is young. You got a chance to do your own thing. You don't have to settle for that.
That's what I mean.
But
So-
then, what if somebody got a kid and something happened to them or something like that? Like
I mean,
they
that's tough. But this goes back to, okay, now start dating in that pool of either men that already have kids,
Okay.
they kids that went on, or men that's trying to blend families. You know what I'm saying? Now
Mm.
your dating pool gets smaller, but it's not obsolete. Women, they hear this, and because men tell them, hey, that guy that you want is obsolete, they feel like the whole dating pool's done.
Mm.
No, just that top pick that you had action at, he's done.
So come on down a little bit.
Come on down a little bit. Yeah, that's all that is. That's all that
Makes
is.
sense. But
Okay.
it don't always happen that way. So don't. So you don't have to take what he say as face value, because even though what he's saying it makes sense and it's true in a lot of aspects. Your life ain't over because you got kids. There's a lot of niggas that want to be stepdaddies. I got 2 kids, baby.
And they want to be stepmamas.
Hello, and it goes both ways. It just depends on
The
a
nigga,
person
if
fuck with
they
you
worth
like that
it,
or
yeah.
not.
I mean,
I get what you're saying though, but it don't always
No,
work that way.
I
He didn't say it's law. He just saying what makes more sense.
We
in
know,
an
Papoose,
ideal
we know.
perspective.
shout out to Pat, man.
We ain't gonna get on her.
Hey, Pat, tap in, man.
Yeah.
Byway Podcast, come holla at
Hey,
us.
Pat, man, look how she hating on you, cuz.
I
You was a
am
good
not
nigga.
hating, baby.
Hey, we been
I
fucking
hate
with
on
you
you.
since the mixtape Murder Days, nigga.
Yeah.
DJ K
I am
Slade,
not
Drama
hating on
King.
you.
Since the 1.5 job. 'Cause She got you
1.5
fucked up
job.
thinking you wasn't getting no money.
I didn't
Whoa,
say that.
man. Fuck
You said he wasn't this, he wasn't that. She
I
was
just
the
said
one.
she was more popular
To
on
you.
on the okay.
so where?
And once again, you know what's so funny? You can sit over here and say that, and guess what? Well, women are still gonna sit over here. Oh no, that's wrong. No, you have a very bad thought process. Bro. Even when you're sitting over here giving guys solutions just to make sure that they're put in the best position for themselves, you will still see how selfish a lot of women are. The fact that guys are sitting over here saying, hey man, look, I just want to put myself in the best position that I can and where I can succeed, where ain't nobody effing me out of my money, because we already freaking living in a capitalist society, man, that wants to sit over here and grape us out of our money. I mean, let's be real here. Right? So why would I then sit up here and jump into a relationship with a woman who have her own set of kids? Right now, you're gonna have to sit over here. Once again, women are gonna sit over here and, oh well, you know, you don't have to worry about. They say it on Kendra D all the time. Well, you don't have to worry about my kids. I'm very independent. Man, my kids are already their fathers in their lives. Like my kids are doing them. Blah blah blah. Once you get into a relationship with this woman, right, who has kids, she's saying this. All while at the same time, right? All while at the same time plotting on how she's going to get you to sit over here and pay for their next meal, right? At some point in time, she's going to be expecting you to pick up that father role. But the crazy thing is, she's not going to allow you to be a father. That's another reason why a lot of guys shouldn't be jumping into relationships with women, man, who are single mothers. Unless if this single mother understands what it takes for a man to be a father to a child. A lot of women don't know what it takes, and a lot of women don't care for what it takes, right? There are a lot of women who do know, right? But they don't care because, hey, they have a personal vendetta against their baby father, which we call bitter baby mother. We see a lot of that in the black community. A lot of that in the black community, right? I mean, once again, like I said, bro, the system is just not built for guys, man, to last, man, with women. Right, and women get upset, man, when you have guys, man, saying, you know what, hey, I'd rather become a divester. Hey, well, you know what? I'd rather sit over here, man, and, date outside my race. Hey, let me become a passport bro. So those brothers are getting the most hate from black women. Why? Because, hey, you know what? These guys are sitting over here saying, there is nothing here for me in America, man, when it comes down to these women. Right? We're constantly getting effed over. Right? We're sitting over here. We want to marry these women sitting over here, putting on a facade, and then when we marry them or they sitting over here. I mean, listen, women say it all the time. Women say it all the time when you sit over here and throw that prenup in their face. Hey, you need to sign this prenup. Well, you think we're going to divorce? You don't have any faith in our relationship? Our relationship is transactional now? You don't trust me no more?
Let me see your prenup. Show it
Why
to
you
me.
gotta curse so much?
Understand that our wedding is weeks away?
Yeah, we can have the prenup drawn up in less than 7 days. We can reach a mutual agreement.
So you're saying our relationship is a negotiation?
Well, I'm just saying.
I met you.
When you met me, I was already doing my thing.
Michael, shut up.
What's the problem?
I was right behind you guys.
Exactly.
Okay?
You just said it.
Oh.
Behind.
Oh. Behind?
Yeah, behind. You weren't helping me conduct the business.
Oh, I wasn't helping you conduct business. I'm retarded. Do not take that. Don't do it to
I'm
me.
not taking it away.
Take it. No, I don't give.
Yes.
I personally don't think
Right.
that marriages should have one.
So if something was to happen, would you like just take the house from me? Would you take the house? Would you take the kids? Would you take the cars?
No, you know I'm not even that type of person.
Right.
So I feel like since you know that I'm not that type of person, what is it going to hurt? We spoke about prenups. Eric thought we should have one. I didn't think we should have one. I'm not against it. It's just wanting Eric to trust me more. What do you fear of?
I think for me, it's from being hurt in the past.
Correct,
You know
but
what I mean?
that's your
People
past.
crossing me, telling me they ain't gonna do this, they'll never do that.
I get it. But when it comes to the financial side of me and you, like I've never fed you the energy of using you or with you because you got this.
Of course. Of course not. So then guess what, right? Guys sit over here and fall for that. This is where your betas comes into play. Guys fall for that shit, and then they sit over here, you know what? Okay, you know what? You're right. Okay, I'm not going to allow you to sign a prenup. Hey, but guess what? Get married. Then what happens? You divorce, have kids. She take the kids and half your things, right? You're supporting her lifestyle. And guess what? You try to go to the internet for some advice, which you shouldn't do. But guess what? You're going to have a bunch of women sitting over here justifying why you should be sitting over here paying this woman, you know, to continue to live the lifestyle that, you know, you quote unquote provided for. Let's just say you did. Let's just say you say, man, forget all that. You still want to sign this prenup. You can give me them you can give me them puppy dog eyes all you want, but you're gonna sign this goddamn prenup, right? Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, whatever, right? She might shed a tear or two. You know what? Fine. Okay. Sit over here, signs a prenup. Guess what? Fast forward, get kids or whatever. You still want a freaking divorce. Guess what happens now? Right? Well, Judge, Judge, I was under distress when he made me sign that prenup. You sit on here like, God damn. So the judge says, you know what? You're right, Miss Lady. We're gonna avoid you of accountability, right? Even though he, you know, specifically talked to you about signing this prenup, even though you knew the laws of the prenup, even though we had the same discussion when you signed the prenup, I'm still going to avoid you of accountability because you're a woman. So, hey, you know what? Avoid the prenup. He's gonna have to cough up something, right? Yeah, he might not have to cough up half, but shit, he's gonna cough up about at least 35-40%. So go ahead, avoid that prenup, and he needs to go ahead and get the pain. So this and this is why passport bros exist. This is why guys date outside the race. This is why black men date outside the race. This is why men in general saying, hey, I don't even want to marry, right? And this is why I'm saying it's not so far-fetched, men, to think about that. I understand why guys do not want to marry. Right now, for me, like, hey, I want to marry. All right, I don't care about, you know, listen, I do care. I do care about the statistics. I do care about the type of women that are in this world today. But, you know what, hey, like I said, man, about 97% of your women here in America are have some type of feminism in them, right? They're feminists to some degree, right? So it's all about men once again vetting, right? Vetting. There's enough good women to go around. So in my opinion, I'm sticking down here, right? There's no reason for me to leave, right? So I'm cool with staying down here, dealing with the woman that I know best, right? But when you have brothers who are sitting over here saying, man, hey bro, go ahead, come over here, man, come to you know, Venezuela or whatever the hell. There shouldn't be no issue from women, right? Because once again, women understand, sisters mainly understand that passport bros exist because of y'all. Women understand that guys are trying to date outside of the race and don't want to get married. Women understand that guys do not want to get married because of this is what y'all created. Y'all wanted a system where women have power and women are equal. Nothing is equal, right? Feminism started, bro, so they can have some type of equality, right? Now, all of a sudden, what do we have now for feminism? Nothing. We have a bunch of women, man, who wants to be whores. right? We have a bunch of women, man, who want to sit over here and suck a dick and fuck. We got a bunch of sisters, man. We got a bunch of women, man, who want to try to have it their way. Well, you know what? Hey, I want to dress this way and shouldn't nobody say anything. Hey, I want to act this way and shouldn't nobody say anything. Right? And you're seeing it, right? Women sitting over here falsely accusing men and getting away with it. And it's just too much to unpack, right? It's too much to unpack about this society. So as a man, right? For me, I'm not sitting over here saying, man, you got a sister who over here, man, who has a child or whatnot. She's a very traditional woman. She just had a mishap or whatever. Right? If I feel like, man, if you feel like, man, this sister here is a wife material, is a sister, man, that has some morals, still have self-respect. Once again, she just messed up this one time because, hey, you know, I just effed up, and she can take accountability for that, because I know some women that are like that, right, that are my age, who have children by men that they aren't even with. I understand it, right? I understand it. And I'm like, okay, yo, hey, bro, I mean, if you want to, I mean, go ahead, bro. If you want to date her, bro, go ahead. Right? I sense that she's a pretty decent woman. You know, I sense that she's a pretty good kid, a pretty good woman, just as long, right? I even told my homeboy, like, man, shit, I don't know, bro. Shit, I might mess around with this, I don't know, bro. I might mess around with a damn girl, man, who got a child too. You know, I'm sitting here like, man, look, you know, we 25, 26. I mean, if you want to play that game, then go ahead. I mean, you can do that. But, and I know the woman. That's why I'm like, you know, hey, as long as she's allowing you, let's just say if y'all do hit it off, as long as she allows you to be the man of the household and be the man that you need to be, and be the man that you need to be to that child, be the father that you need to be to that child, and she's submissive and traditional and whatnot, there shouldn't be no issue. You need to take that child up, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, you know, and the child light skinned, so it's just kind of like, man, you know, a lot of light skinned children are bad as shit. I mean, let's just be honest, right? I grew up with them. A lot of them that come from single parent households be bad as shit, light skinned little bastards. As long as she allows him to be the father that he needs to be to that little boy, I don't see no issue. And that's the same goes for all of these other women. But when you have guys, man, who say, you know what, hey, I want to be in a relationship with this woman, you got to take into account that if she divorced, she's taking half your stuff, and she's taking the bond that you created with that kid, with those kids, right? It's just too much to go into it. You got to deal with the baby father. You don't know how the baby father feels about you disciplining the child. I'd be damned if I sit over here and deal with a woman who has a child, and this child telling me what to do in my household. Not happening. Then you got to deal with it, you know, it gets to the point where you might put your hands on them. Now you gotta fight the father, and then you gotta argue with the mother. It's just not something that is ideal for a man. You don't need to go through that. You don't need to go through that. A kid can cause that many problems. One kid can cause that many problems. So I'm just saying, for guys, be smart, right? Be smart. You don't have to deal with that, right? You don't have to deal with that. But if you choose to deal with it, you're gonna have to freaking vet like hell. You have to, right? You have to, or you're going to end up stressed out, pulling hair out your hair, man, because, hey, you know what? I done tied myself to a woman, man, that doesn't even respect me, right? You're just going to end up like Joe Smith, and it's going to be even worse, man, because, right, imagine if Joe Smith had a child with this. Imagine, man, if he decided to date this woman and the child was, I don't know, 4 or 5, right, when he first married her. Mind y'all, understand Joe Smith's ex-wife's background, right? So, you know, man, but hey, look, I think this is a pretty good discussion, man. Listen, if y'all enjoyed this, man, if y'all enjoyed this, do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.